The working day was probably around the 15-hour mark, and towards the end, everyone was working on pure adrenaline. Plus, it was starting to rain while they were doing this exacting job of placing the truss.
We got 2 inches.
Yep, that's what we want.
I think we'll get it all. We got 2 inches.
Go that way.
You have to go about
10 inches down.
You have to go.
Okay, listen, we need to speak with only one voice. Ziggy, please, only one voice. One voice. Okay, one voice. Curtis is the voice.
Okay, Todd.
He's there.
The day that we put the first truss up was the day that I first really realized how big this bridge was going to be. It was nerve-wracking because there was so much creaking and cracking and so much noise, so you didn't know if it was going to actually hold.
And sometimes we're dealing with crane people who've never lifted anything made out of wood before, so there's sort of issues of flex and twist and speed. I think they did pretty well. I wish it hadn't gone so slowly because I hate working with cranes after dark. Slow is better than dead, you know.
I've lived here for 21 years, and I think this is the best thing that's happened to Golden. Unbelievable. The size, the quality is just outstanding.
Most of these guys are fascinated by this trade. It is not just another job.
This is Hilda Drown, who lives in these apartments right next door, and she's visited us every day and brought us coffee and cookies.
I didn't know.
Oh, shh, you aren't supposed to tell them that. She is going to drive the ceremonial peg.
You go all the way down?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh, I don't know.
You don't have to finish it, though.
Okay. I think this is a marvelous thing they're all doing. And these men are all coming from out of Golden and all over the world. Going to be nice when they get it all up the way they want it.
Individuals that are here from all over the world, they bring life experiences to the table that most of us would never have the ability otherwise to learn.
When you're pushing on this, you make...
All right, there we go. Okay, cord, posts, struts, and then in between the posts is sandwiched an entire arch.
And in the case of this bridge, which is a Burr Arch bridge, it's got a truss with multiple posts with struts running up in and towards the center. Now what that means is that all the posts are in tension, they're being pulled. All of the struts are being pushed on, they're in compression.
There's little tasks that can be broken down from each one of those. So I'm trying to break my crew, or the entire assembly crew, into little groups to attack each task. If you want to learn multiple things, I won't throw you on the same task over and over again, but do complete the first one.
And one of my goals is to always try to use local materials. When you're talking about wood, it's axiomatic that local wood would be biologically best adapted to wherever you're building. You say, oh, well, why didn't I think of it? The other good reason for keeping your materials coming from the local region is it keeps that money in town. We have to be sensitive to this. We are spending public money. What we want to do is build buildings or structures of such high quality that they will last longer than it takes for the material that went into them to regenerate naturally. We can meet that challenge. We can definitely hit the target that says this building, this structure, this bridge is going to last longer than it took to grow the material that went into it. I just feel like we're sort of contributing to a sustainable culture that maybe it's a little harder to spot when you fly over this part of the world in an airplane and look at all those clear cuts.
So we're looking at a tree that might be 100 years old. Up here we've got a tree that could be, 20 rings per inch, and maybe it's 20 inches in diameter, so we've got 400 years. So we're looking at a potential of 100 to 400-year-old trees would be my best guess.
I would say that each piece has got 100 years of forest growth, basically in each stick. Then I would call it the experience level, just like if you had a business and you'd say, well, I've got 6 guys that have been in it 20 years, and so then I've got 120 years of experience here. Well, this bridge has 139,400 years of experience in it.
You just have to renew the roof, which is the bridge's protection, make sure it doesn't leak. And the bridge will give you good service, well, for who knows how long. I mean, there were bridges of 400 years old in Switzerland. Wooden bridges have one very obvious weakness: they will burn. But steel needs to be painted very regularly. It doesn't survive well in moist environments. It rusts and scales. By definition, a bridge crosses a river or some other body of water, so it's always wet there.
And a wooden covered bridge, if the roof is taken care of, will last longer than a concrete bridge.
The forest industry has been the mainstay in Golden for nearly 100 years. This bridge is a way to pay tribute to this heritage and at the same time usher in a new era as the town's economy diversifies to include other sectors like tourism, making visual architecture more important.
Oh, that sounds good.
I was hoping I'd be snowboarding.
Yeah.
Just a minute, let me push you down the hill.
Hang on, there's a little snow right there. Don't go very far.
Thank you so much.
Well, I was born in a little town. Left as soon as I could find my way. Traveled all around this country. I woke in a new town every second day. I met a lot of people that I call friends. Found it hard to leave them all behind. But I had to keep on looking for a place no one ever find. The hometown looks better every day.
I'm originally from a little bit south of Munich, Germany, and I moved to the valley in '97. I was a bit of an instigator in the whole project. I'm glad it's happening now. I think it'll do quite a few positive things for the town.
So anyway, Jorg, he's the first winner of our door prize. Congratulations, Jorg.
The last truss that we did, we ended up working till about 3:30, 4 in the morning, some of us, in order to pull it off. I think we're actually behind the mark that we were at on the last truss. But I also think that we're building a lot better and a lot quicker on this one. We've weeded out a lot of mistakes and we're looking a lot stronger as that goes. I'm having a hard time pleasing everybody. I ask for all your respect and, apologize to anyone that I may have offended along the way. I'm definitely not trying to do that. And I'm trying to, continue to keep the team together. I think everyone here is fantastic, and, I love having beers and working with you. Our ideas, in order to keep people fresh, is basically to run a split shift that goes into the evening and into the night. Whether or not we can pull it off is another story altogether. I don't think we could have a better collection of people to try and pull that off, though. I know none of us have the attitude that we want to give up. There's a lot of positive attitude out there. We got to continue with that. I mean, that's the only way you're going to pull through a 20-hour day.
It was quite amazing. We got the second truss built in 1 week, half the time it took to build the first one.
There's 6 done. We stayed up till 2 a.m. to get this job done. No problem, we're tough. Gotta go.
Okay, you got her, I think.
I think so. Okay. Tag on.
By terrorists. Mayor Rudolph Giuliani refused to speculate on how high the death toll could go.
The attacks in the U.S. occurred while we had, 50 or 60 American timber framers up in our community. I mean, of course, we were all devastated by what was going on and wanted to try and provide support to these people as best as we could. Once, they sort of got information on what was going on, it was, these people themselves who elected to turn off the radio and turn off the television and go to work, and their comments revolved around the fact that they were here safe in Canada. They knew for the most part that their families were safe and that they were happy to be here actually building and constructing something.
When we eject, this is a good day to move, especially good day to go slowly and quietly. Methodically, thank you. The exciting part of this lift probably happens as the thing comes up and it wants to go boop, and we control the ends with the rope. So, I thought it was exciting.
Exciting last time because we didn't have the rope.
So it's going to be less exciting.
Let's just get it up tonight and we'll wrestle with it tomorrow and clean it up tomorrow.
Only voices from here. Okay, let's keep the pressure on the rope for a moment. Yeah, I think we're fine. I think we're
About 50 Canadians are unaccounted for in New York City. They were either in the World Trade Center or worked nearby.
That day was a turning point for me where my admiration for these people, which was already huge, grew by leaps and bounds, because one of the most rewarding aspects of this whole project has been the incredible relationships that we built amongst all the stakeholders and the players and the timber framers who came from all over the world, primarily the United States.